Well, we're back at the schoolroom table to talk about the Advent season that's coming up. So, I just thought I would give you 3 options for Advent in your homeschool, stuff that I would use. So, I'm thinking this December, we've been doing our Bible notebooking. The kids have, these Bible notebooks. And every morning we do something. Right now we're working our way through the Psalms. So I'm thinking I'll break from this. And for the month of December, I wanted to have a daily Advent study. Okay, so level 1 is, there's a website called the Advent Project, and it's at adventistproject.wordpress.com. I'll leave this link to their page below, but I was just looking for something super simple, a daily reading, and this just gave me exactly that, 24 days of reading, and then a reading for the Sundays of Advent also. Right? I know some people do the candle lighting, right? So if you do that, they have special readings for that too. So I thought this was kind of perfect. All you need is your Bible and a list, and you could go for it, right? Okay, next, this is also a free resource, and I'll link it down below, from Lifeway Kids. They did a family Advent guide, and I'll show you what it looks like. So, right, week 1 is peace. So they've got a reading from Luke and Matthew. Talk about it, ask it. Have you ever been afraid or didn't understand what was going on? Pray it, make it. So create a part of the Christmas story. Cut apart and decorate the Mary and Joseph nativity figures. So then they have these, right? And you could print multiples of these, so each kid could do their own if they wanted. It'd be nice if you printed these on cardstock so that they were a little more durable. And there's also a week 1 family activity, was to make a peace banner. So they tell you what you'll need, and this is really easy stuff you probably have around your house. And they give you the instructions, so no looking up instructions for anything. Week 2, shepherds and angels, right? So there's reading from Luke, talk about it. They ask the kids something like a discussion prompt. Then you would make the shepherds and angel nativity, and then something to pray about, or they give you a little prayer right here. And there are the shepherds and the angel. And then the family activity is Joy Jump board game. So I tell you what you'll need to make the board game and how to play. So week 3 is hope. Right, there's a reading from Matthew, same format. Then there's the wise men figures. Family activity would be to make shadow figures using the nativity figures that they had made. That would be fun. My kids would like that. Week 4, the theme is love, and it's about Jesus. Luke 2:1-7 is the reading. Same thing, right? Prompt, talking about it, the craft, and a prayer. And then of course there's little baby Jesus. And then the family activity that week is they said you'll need pre-baked cookies, cupcakes, or brownies, so they're really letting you off the hook. You don't even have to make anything from scratch, right? Just get something pre-made, or if you have your own recipe that you like to do, of course that's fine, but I thought that was cute. There's no shame in low prep. And then Christmas Day, they had the synopsis, so there's some readings from Luke and Matthew. And the family activity would be to make thank you cards to all the people that sent them gifts. Isn't that sweet? Anyways, I thought this was a really, really good plan to be free. I like that. It was very low prep. And that would work. I think that would work really well paired even with something like this if you wanted to read a little something every day, which I was looking to do something every day So I would be, I think, very happy just to take these two things and go. Okay, then the next one is not free. I actually bought this today. This picture of Virgin and Child was within this Advent guide, but I just printed it on some cardstock so that I could hang it up in the schoolroom. Because isn't it beautiful? So I'm gonna put this up December 1st. This is going up in the schoolroom. Okay, so this is from, yes, Treehouse Schoolhouse, and it's called A Connected Christmas. And what I love about what I love about printables in general is that you have them forever, so you can reprint them year after year, which I think this is something, there's so much in this resource that I might do this for years with the kids. Okay, so A Connected Christmas, so it has the teacher guide, so I think I'm gonna bind this with my comb binder. I just haven't done it yet. So again, it's going by the week 1, 2, 3. Introduction, right? So she does a lot of curriculum stuff. I've never bought anything from her before, but I've been following her on Instagram for a long time because I like her content on Instagram, and I've looked at stuff before, but I'm actually not that hands-on. Some people are like, we want hands-on activities. I'm always like, I don't want hands-on activities. But I know that kids really like them. So when I was like, I really want Christmas to be special this year. I really want to focus in on it, make some memories. And I know that doing things can aesthetically really, helps kids to remember it and create memories. So I'm going to try to do her projects in here. They don't look too crazy. I mean, if I can do it just for 3 weeks really out of the year, I can be a hands-on mom. I'm going to push myself this year a little bit. But if it's too much for me, I may just kick it down to this, because I liked this one. This was oh yeah, I could do that, right? The kids, we could print these out. I give them their, colored pencils and scissors and play with shadows with them and talk and narrate the stories. I mean, I like that. That's so much simpler to me. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have the bandwidth. But, anyways, well, let's look at what she does have. She has a book list in here, so when you open this up, if you click on these, it'll take you to these books. So I might just go to I'm probably gonna go to the library and see if they have any of these. But I like that she gives you, so week 1, Monday, right? They give you the whole thing. And week 1, Tuesday. It's really a full, I'm going to really drop off on any extras. I think I'm just going to do is really stick to my Robinson curriculum. 3 R's. I'm going to take a break from history and our history and science resources that I have. And I'm just going to replace it with this unit, with a Christmas unit study, right? Which I'm sure it counts for social studies, right? Look at soap carving. This does look fun to me. It says, what do you need? A rectangular bar of soap per child, paper and pencil, toothpick, and maybe a pumpkin carving tools. I'll see if we have any of those around. Sculpting tools or butter knives, right? That's my kind of craft right there. That seems here's some soap. Here's a stick to scratch it with. But look how cute these string wrapped twig trees are. That's so cute. All right, just go some pom-poms. Cute. So sticks broken into pieces. Yeah, those are all over my backyard if needed. Hot glue gun, I have that. Glue sticks, have that. Yarn. I don't know if I have any yarn. I might have to go get some green yarn. But I can get it at Walmart in the craft section. Then we can get some small gems, sequins, paper, or button. Just get whatever they want. I mean, even the Dollar Tree, I could probably just have the kids go into Dollar Tree and pick what they want. Here's week 2. Oh yeah, so I like that she has the week overviews too. So again, this is another link for the hymn, the first Noel, for week 2, so you can listen to it. So yeah, I just think this is so like thorough. And read aloud. Read Luke 2:1-5. Give your child a chance to orally narrate the passages. Right, so that's like a summary. Have your child complete the written narration portion in the coordinating page in their Christmas story narration notebook. Let me show you. So anyway, so those are my instructions. What the kids have, and I just printed out enough for 2 sets, one for William and one for Everett. So they're 11 and 7. So they have a little pages here that go along with just like copy work. It's like whatever the reading is for the day, the words to some songs and poems and stuff. So they have this stuff, right? Copy work. Christmas Carol, the First Noel, so you can sing along with it. I love any bit of artwork added into our studies. Okay, so I just love that there's some beautiful artwork. I might I might print those out on cardstock too and put those up as well for the month of December in the schoolroom. But so they have that to work with, but then they also have this Christmas story narration notebook. I thought this was really pretty. So yeah, so as you're reading stuff, they'll be giving their oral narration. If they're old enough, they maybe can write it here, and then they can illustrate it here. So I actually did, so Gabriel visits Zechariah, Gabriel visits Mary, Mary and Elizabeth, Mary's song, the birth of John the Baptist. So all these good stories. And I actually printed these single-sided because I thought they were so precious. I was like, I can't wait to see what they draw and how they narrate it. William, he might need help writing a narration, so I might have to write it on the blackboard or on a piece of paper, have him tell me it, and orally I might write it down, then he can copy it. He actually is really good at copy work. So as we've been doing our Psalms, the kids have been doing, their notebooks to go along with their Psalms studies. So we already pull out. So yeah, we printed this one out. So this was inspired by a Psalm that somebody painted. And then they like to copy it, and they do copy work up here. So I'm already trying to include, there's King David. I really like this one. I put this one up in the classroom too. I loved it so much. I think it said, the quote with it was, if I had wings, I would fly away, Hey, just put his crown down. But yes, so we already find artwork, and I use Christian History magazine. You can get the, digital version online. You can print, they're all printable, you get PDFs. So this beautiful artwork is from that magazine. Look at that. And the kid, so William loves to cut it out and put it, whatever psalm we're working on, he looks through the pages. But so yeah, I've included this, I print in there so they can put that in their notebook if they would like. But I thought this would be perfect for them to do their own illustrations and narrations, right? And then I might just have them cut it out and tape it in, into here. Because then they can keep it with all their other notebooking stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna try this year. This one is a lot more. This one, I want to say I bought it. It's on sale today, so it was, I think, $27. It was a big discount. But I have it forever now. We could do this every year. I could pick different crafts to do every year, or we might come up with favorite ones, a family favorite that we end up doing every year. So I think it's a good value. I really appreciate anyone that provides music and artwork in curriculum. But there are also free and simpler options, which I think are really good too, that you could use. And just grab your favorite Christmas book. So I did just want to show you a couple of our favorite Christmas books. believe illustrated by Mary Engelbright. Christmas Treasury. We love this book. It was, I think I just looked up, it was copyright 1998, so I was like 16 at the time, and my mom bought this book, so I definitely took it from her house at some point. But so it's like a mix though. It's a mix of like secular Christmas stuff, just kind of tradition, you know, or modern traditions, and then also like Christian themes. They're dressed up, they're doing the Christmas story here. Christmas in North America. Give some history, which I don't think it's bad to have kind of both, because it's stuff in our culture that the kids will see. There's Santa stuff, Santa Claus stuff. Christmas in Switzerland. Christmas in Italy, interesting. So they have excerpts from, I know there was like some Dickens. Came upon the midnight clear, music, so you could look up. I love looking up these. So every year we get this out and just like look through stuff. And like if we come to music like this, I'll just find it on YouTube and play it. So the kids can hear it. I mean, the Christmas music is so beautiful. Let's see, little Jesus. See, here we go, some Christian stuff. Angels we have heard on high. So yeah, it's a neat mix of Christmas stuff, and you know, all like the elves and the magic of Christmas stuff, and Santa Claus and sleighs and stuff like this. I mean, I kind of chalk it up to, it's like the same as like Aesop's fables, right? It's kind of like a really extravagant fable that the moral of the story is for the children to be obedient, right? It's to obey their parents, to be good and kind. So that's really the moral of the story. So I don't get too bent out of shape about stories like that, because we tell our kids all types of fables and fairy tales and things, because they have a moral lesson, but they don't believe that they're literally true. And we have never told our kids. We always tell the kids that Santa Claus is a derivative of St. Nicholas. We talk about who St. Nicholas every year. And that, in fact, last year, I think I had Everett write me a report for school on who was St. Nicholas. And I'll link something down below for you, something simple and free that you can do with your kids for St. Nicholas stuff. And then this is like a newer addition to our family. I love this set of vintage Christmas stories. I think I've shown it before in my like bridge curriculum, my reading bridge books to the RC reading list. But they're like, I just love how little and like perfect they are, the perfect size for kids. You know, William can read these to himself pretty much by now. He's 7. They've got really cute illustrations. Again, it's a mix of like, you know, the Christmas snowman type stuff and like baby Jesus and like stuff with angels in it. Here, Little Lost Angel. 1,000 Candy Santa. So those are fun. And so those are always on our bookshelf because they're in our bridge reading curriculum, but I move them usually out to the like coffee table area this time of year, so that stuff like this, so that the kids will pick it up and read it. Our last family favorite Christmas book is Cranberry Christmas. So we originally came across these books like in our public library back in Oregon, and I just was like, oh my gosh, these are such a treasure. And of course I'm always talking about the illustrations, and they're just sweet stories, and they have these really distinct characters that are hilarious, and I love doing the voices. Like this is Cyrus Grape. He's like mean to the kids, and here's Mr. Whiskers. You know, he says, I sing like a blinking bird. Cyrus is like yelling at the kids all the time. He's all cranky. He's like, get off my pond! Because they were skating on his pond. Anyway, so I love doing the voices to these. That makes them fun to read. And there's grandmother and little Maggie. Anyways, look at, I love this. It's so beautiful. I love silhouetted art. Anyway, so they have the set for like all the holidays. So I tried to buy all of them I could. And you have to, I think they're out of print. You have to find them like on eBay and stuff. See, this one I had to use some of my book tape. It was falling apart. But I love these books so much. Okay, so what are you guys gonna do for Christmas? Do you do Advent readings? Do you do them daily, weekly, on Sundays? What do you do? I'm curious. Do you work it into your homeschool work, or is it something separate that you do as a family? All right, I'll talk to you later.